Hey everybody, and welcome to episode 4 of Shaking the Damn Table. I'm your host, Amina Janelle, and I'm joined by my co-hosts, David and Memri. And today we have 2 special guests with us. And you guys introduce yourselves. Go ahead.
Oh, no? Okay. Well, I'm Bree, also known as Ivy Wright, and honestly, I'm really just a creative with a purpose right now.
Hey,
like, we do a lot, and everything is purposeful.
Right.
So, amen. Long story short.
My name's Melvin, go by Mello. I'm with the Kickback Podcast from Birmingham. We are a creative collective. We do podcasting, we do shows, showcases, art, stuff like that. So y'all come out.
Got a lot of creative in the building. Dope. Alright, so let's go ahead and get into our segments of the week, starting with the mood.
Hey, what's good everybody? So I got 2 events coming up this Friday for the week. I got the 4th annual Black History Month Gala. It's a formal event, and you can find it on Eventbrite for the ticket says $13 to $18, so hopefully it's 13. But support going to the event. But a little snippet of it, the Black History Gala is a time to recognize the accomplishment of Black students, faculty, and staff, as well as celebrate the culmination of Black History Month. This year's theme is a gala in the gardens. The gala will be taking place this Friday at 7 p.m. at the Breanna Wright Hall, located at the 3rd floor. And this whole thing is at Birmingham Southern College. So that's going to be a good event for them to show some exposure and shout out to faculty and the people that really generate the community on the low. They don't get to shine, little people like that. And then next event, also on Friday. I know we all like to drink. I mean, I'm speaking for myself, but I'm sure everybody listening like to drink. We all need that sometimes, I have no shame. I love a good drink. But Cantina Tortilla Grill is having a National Margarita Day, and I'm assuming that's this Friday. So you can pull up on them. They have margarita specials, beer specials, food specials, music by DJ Ulysses. They have raffles. So sound like it should be a dope party, so I might have to pull up and get me a margarita.
Right.
Maybe long.
Might have to pull up early though, because everybody like to drink.
Take my lunch.
People may not say it, but everybody like to drink, so hey.
Yeah. Alright, so next we're going to the Black Business of the Week with Memri.
Yes, so the business of the week is North Birmingham. I hope you can see this. North Birmingham Dental Care. They are, of course, in the North Birmingham area. They've been there for about 30 years now, long time. One of the only dental practices in that area, so they serve a lot of people. If you know the North Birmingham area, there aren't many medical places for people to go to, so this serves a very large purpose. And I brought goodie bags for everyone. Just a little something for you all.
Shout out to your teeth,
Yes. Take care of your teeth. Remember to get your teeth cleaned every 6 months.
Every 6 months.
And we are always taking new patients at North Birmingham. So, yes.
Oh.
Y'all ready for the game?
No.
I don't know why they're nervous about.
It's really not even that bad.
So we're gonna go into the Black History Month trivia. I'm gonna give you guys 3 cards.
Comeback season. Choose a mark.
I'm sorry. I took the 2 closest to you.
I was like green, red. Oh, okay. You got it. I'll do it.
Here you go. All right. Guys, ready?
Let's get it.
Ready.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't know.
I'm ready.
We got integrity.
I have a lot of confidence in
It's just
myself.
multiple choice, so I'm just gonna go through and you just write whatever. You can just write the number. You don't have to write the name or anything. Okay. Who was the first African American to serve as U.S. Senator? Was it A, Hiram Revels? Was it B, Edward Brooke? Was it C, Blanche K. Bruce? Or was it D, Carol Moseley Brown?
Can I get them options again?
Yeah.
Some of them sound familiar.
Was it A, Hiram Revels? Was it B, Edward Brooke? Was it C, Blanche K. Bruce? Or was it D, Kara Mosley Brown?
Which got the most judge sounding name? Judge Mathis.
U.S. Senator. Everybody ready?
Yes.
We're supposed to design on it too.
Oh, I do something special for mine.
Oh yeah, she had it from the little fast.
Right. All right, reveal your answers.
Wow.
David has the correct answer. It is
David.
A, Hiram Revels.
Okay.
To go with that.
I'm finessing that. I'm letting y'all know.
Yes. All right, y'all ready for question number
Yes,
2?
Yes.
So, Sarah Good was the first African American woman to receive a patent. What did she invent? Was it A, dry cleaning process? Was it B, lipstick? Was it C, the folding bed? Or was it D, hair straightening system?
Run those back, Turbo.
Was it A, dry cleaning process? B, lipstick? C, folding bed? Or D, hair straightening system?
What's her name again?
Sarah Good.
Now tell me her name one more time.
Like something
Can you
gonna
call
click.
Lifeline in or something?
I swear.
I got a couple history teachers. I can call them right now.
I know exactly what I
2
thought.
seconds on Google.
Supposed to be a millionaire.
Read that question so I can let Siri hear you.
Like slowly.
Y'all ready to reveal?
You're a robot.
And did you write that? And reveal. It's C, the folding bed. Melvin got it correct.
Shout out to just guessing on me.
The folding
Hey,
bed.
it takes faith. Hey, it takes a little faith, man.
So the last question. Maybe you guys get this one.
I mean, I know.
She's selling dreams. Nope.
No
Who
comment.
is considered the father of Black history? Is it A, Jesse Jackson? Is it B, Malcolm X? Is it C, Martin Luther King Jr.? Or is it D, Carter G. Woodson?
Finally. I'm coming on this
Take a trip to the BC.
It's been a little minute.
Gotta brush up.
Everybody got an answer? All right, and reveal. Everybody but David, unfortunately.
Oh my God.
It's Carter G. Woodson, one of the first scholars to value and study Black history, and originated Negro History Week in 1926.
I ain't gonna share what I put. It's cool. Oh, I already showed
deep
them.
Who won? Did Bree win?
Oh no.
Wait.
I just won that last
You got one?
I think I got.
Did you have 2?
I think.
Did you?
I had one.
I had one.
I'm like, who gets the trophy?
I got folding bed in the last one. Right?
Oh, yeah,
Okay,
sure
hey,
did.
time out.
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
That degree
Once
in
again,
history
one of
helped out
the once again one of us didn't win the guest one. So we got to step up.
I'm
So
proud of myself.
now, we're going to play another game. Now this one, nobody, there's no winner or anything because I didn't make the rules for it.
Okay.
So it's just leading into what the topic is. So the
Okay.
topic today is reparations because, damn it, we need some. Something. So
Anything.
I made a game called New Life, the Reparations game, based loosely off of life. So y'all know, like the board game or whatever. You know how you start and you either can do go into like school track or you can just start life off. So imagine we're giving an opportunity to just start over and be able to have whatever we feel we need to get on and maintain life and be on the same level as like white people and people who are more privileged and stuff like that. Now, first I'm going to ask everybody if they want to choose the college or the non-college route. And then you're going to choose a letter, and one of them is A through, the non-college is A through F, and the A through E. Yeah, A through E. And then the college is A through D. So, would you choose to go to college or not to go to college?
It's like, what year are we going to
What
college?
year?
though?
Yeah, what school? What am I studying?
Is it college in 1960 or college?
That's a
It's just
good
now.
idea.
It's now.
Okay,
It's like
so
we
now.
getting our reparations now. So.
Okay, but
2019.
No college. What's up?
No college. So choose A through D.
I'ma go.
I mean A through E.
I'm gonna go with B.
B. All right. And just hold on to that.
Cool.
No college.
No college. Everything but B. A through E.
Hey.
A. College or no college?
I went to college, so I'm not sure. Just saying.
I was gonna say the same thing.
A through D.
B.
I'm gonna say college to D.
Okay, contrast.
Okay. So, reveal yours.
1 million a person.
All right. Reveal yours.
Free healthcare.
1 million per household.
New car per person.
Okay.
Oh, damn.
So, what do y'all feel about? Do you think that would help, or do you feel like you would need something else?
I mean, yeah, a new car per person don't hurt. Am I thinking about it right?
I would need a combination of this and healthcare.
Yeah.
Honestly,
You got school.
yeah.
Okay. Do you want to choose another one?
Like another letter. What did you pick?
D.
I'll pick C then and see what that is. Oh, okay.
Okay. So,
It's
what
alright.
would you get?
Well, if it's free, you can pay that with the household.
What did
Yeah.
you get? Free undergraduate.
Free undergraduate and postgrad.
Okay.
So
So you think free undergraduate and postgraduate, and then 1 million for your household. So that means like your family, like your mom, and you would split that 1 million. However, it just goes to your household.
okay. So I would get a combination of both of these.
Yeah.
I'm cool with that then.
Okay. You think that's enough?
I would probably ask for more. I mean, we kind of need a lot more.
Yeah. Okay.
That's a start.
Do
That's
you
not
think what did you get again?
No,
You
just
got-
free healthcare.
You think that's enough? You want to choose another one?
Okay, so you're asking me is it enough as far as like reparations? Like, oh nah, like
Yeah.
I'm like if I got to work with this, I
Right.
can make this shake now. I
Let's
can make
start.
it shake, but it's just like nah.
You want to choose another one?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with
How many cars do you have?
D.
What the game is this?
$500K for business startup and ventures. Okay, I mean,
I'll come back.
That's
Still
not
not, yeah.
I mean, that's it.
1 million.
I got
If
1
you
million
wanna start
person.
a business,
Do you want to choose something else?
Yeah.
just give me the money. Don't
You
make
need more
me
than that.
tell me to do
E
it.
or
You know.
C?
See. I also got a new car per person. So 1 million per person and a new car per person. You can get a car with 1 million. So that's really the same thing. So no.
But then you don't have to use that million on the car.
But you,
mean,
with
but-
cars comes with those expenses too. Sorry.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Insurance and
But you don't gotta go broke getting a car. You can get a, you know what I'm saying? You can gotta
Gas.
go get a Lambo.
So I
but-
just
that's
gave
true. You can
some
get a Toyota
like
Camry.
examples. The other ones I had for no college was a house and apartment with no bills for extended amount of time. And then for college was free tuition, room and board, and books for college to 2 to 4 year university. So just giving ideas, because I found it very interesting that we have a new Democratic candidate, Memri Williamson, who's running, and she's talking about reparations for Black people, and she's a white woman. As right, I was like, okay, check her
The
out.
black vote gets you far though. The black vote gets you far.
She was like, let me get to where I need to.
Yeah.
She's invited to
She's
cook out.
smart, right? But she was talking about that. So I was like interested in what we thought we could start off with. What do we think? What do you think would be the perfect, if you could combine like these kind of, what do you think the perfect set of reparations would be?
That we deserve, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I was also reading this article about this Jewish woman who was talking about the Holocaust and how like billions of dollars have gone into Israel and like have been paid to Jews over even up until recently towards the Holocaust. And people will talk about she was saying that other Jews would talk about how people should shut up about slavery because it happened so long ago, and she was like, but they never got paid. So I'm also like, should we add what comes into reparations? Because for me, I'm like, slavery, that's one thing, they never got their money, but let's talk about other systemized.
Let's talk about the 1960s.
Right. Let's talk about the civil rights era. Let's talk about the Black Panther era. Like y'all still doing it now. Like
criminal justice.
How much?
I think we should. We need to consider slavery. We need to consider the generations after that who were affected by slavery, the systematic effects that came with slavery. Like, it's not just the years we were enslaved. I feel like we need to get paid for everything, the snowball effect, because of what happened with slavery.
We need 4 life payment at this point.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm like, I just want to live for free. Like,
so I think it just goes to the land. Like, can we just get our own turf and let us, start on our own terms and just build our own for real. That's just what I think about when I think about reparations. I mean, like good credit score. I feel like that's the American way for reparations for us. Like great credit, you can have whatever you want to do, whatever. But I'm just like, just give me some land and just let me be, and let
us start and prosper in our own space.
So that's just, I guess if we started out, that's one thing. Because with land, you can do anything. Food, shelter, clothing.
True. And it's like, what more can you do than, like, you can't take away from our mental, what we can do and prosper from ourselves versus like things that you're giving us and can give limitations towards us and stuff. Because I also feel like with what she's doing, I think it's great that she's opening up that conversation, because it also made me question, like, why hasn't any Black people ever came out on that front? Like, I mean, once you get into the power, like, why are we assimilating into what they want us to do into that instead of like making it about what it is that we really need to do for, us as a community? Because you're representing us and yourself and who you are. Like President Obama, you were representing the Black people, and that's why we, gravitate towards him so much, because he was a Black man, and he can represent us in a different way than what people were saying, like Bill Clinton was a Black president, which I never said that, but
He played sax one time. Black president.
Okay. But it's never going to be that kind of thing, and I just wonder why this hasn't come up before.
I think because as a collective with our people and culture, it's just so much. So it's like all of us cannot agree on one leader who we like, okay, we're going to send them to go and talk about reparations. So, that's one thing. And then those who are at the top are kind of like, maybe that mentality, if I came up, then you can too. Everybody has equal opportunity. So it's just like so many opinions and stuff. It's just like, we worried about the opinions and stuff before we can even really get to the meat of the whole reparations aspect to even talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Because like, consider this is that. So I'm like, let's just get us some land. Like we can just, we can agree on that. We can kind of agree on that. And then it's still going to be people that's like, no, I don't want to do that, and that's okay. Yeah. So it's just like, it
is a hard conversation.
It's a lot.
It's kind of nuanced for real in the community. Yeah. I mean, we saw it on what was it, on the Steve Harvey show when he was talking to Monique.
Oh my!
They were having that similar conversation. He was saying, you're doing it the wrong way. You have the right message, but you're doing it the wrong way. And she's so saying, crazy. Why do I have to act like that to get what I want when I know I'm worthless? So
and that even it was crazy that conversation was happening, especially with like Colin Kaepernick and stuff like that. And then you see how he's he's getting his reparations
Right,
for
he
that.
cashed out.
He's getting his reparations for that. So, it's not impossible to do it.
Right.
He stuck
But
out.
like you said, I think it is a thing of that community and being able to come into one front and knowing what it is that we want, or what it is that, because I think that's why I was asking like what exactly we thought would be good, because I think it gets to a point of like, people just saying, well, I just want the money, and then it's like, well, just give me this amount and that's it. But it's like, but there's so many levels to this. Like, you could be helping so many generations in a different way, setting them up for stuff that other generations, like other races, never have to worry about.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, like we shouldn't settle for any amount. You know what I'm saying? Like, we deserve like a lot. You know what I'm saying? And that's what, and it's like, like when we get the money, like we have to also make sure we're using it to better ourselves too. Because like a lot of times, I'm sure like we pretend we all got a lump sum, then they just be like, well, I'm rich now, I'm gonna go crazy. Like we gotta be smart too with it. You know what I'm saying? Like we said, financial literacy last week. You know what I'm saying? Understanding it, but like we definitely deserve some form of lump sum, and then something else that's like kind of like a capital type thing, like other installments in society too, not just like money. You know what I'm saying? We need a bunch of things, because that's what other people are born into. Like they're secure in a bunch of aspects that we're not. So like that's what we need for real.
Yeah.
It needs to be generational. Like I need healthcare for me, my family,
kids,
my kids going forward. I need $1 million per household per year. Like it has to stack on.
Because it's just like they basically ended slavery and just put black people out there to just fend for themselves.
And I mean, they recreated slavery in a sense right after.
Right.
Yeah, they really did.
So it's like, we'll give you 10 years of freedom and then indenture servants. So
it was strategic. Like, wow.
So that's not to cut you off, but that's why at this point is like when it comes to reparations, I'm just like, honestly, I'm just like, it may come with a price. You know what I'm saying? It's like, are we really even willing to pay that price because we've seen what has happened? You know what I'm saying? Or we've seen, even when we decided to like, okay, you keep what you have, we're going to go and build our own, and even how that has, what you've done to that. Right. So it's one of those things where like, okay, if you giving us this, now you're holding it over our head or that. So it's just one of those things where it's like, if we're going to do the American way, let's just do that financial literacy, focus on our credit, and just really do it that way, because it's like those are really the advantages. Or I feel like if I knew what I knew now about credit, I'd be better off, and I wouldn't even be worried about reparations or debt or whatever. Even when it comes to college, like, okay, let's focus on making sure our children have good test scores and they're able to make good on ACTs so that they can get full rides, you know what I'm saying, and be the that way in scholarships, and looking at how we can get them to go to school for free instead of like, go and get the loan, then you graduate in debt, you want to be a doctor, and now you got $60,000 in debt. So I'm just looking at it like those ways, because I'm really like, y'all cutting checks, but I know checks come with prices, and I don't, so that's just
like I need something guaranteed.
I'm like, okay.
The system is still capitalism. You still gotta make money to have money to spend money.
And there's always fine print.
Oh yeah,
especially with us, because even with like what you were saying with like making our own, like if we had our own like Wakanda Black America kind of thing or whatever. Yeah, I just feel like even with that, it goes into those kind of things of, okay, well now we see y'all prospering, let's go all the way back and take everything, and because that's just how like that cycle ends up going and stuff like that. So even with like having that, like what you're saying, the strategic of setting us up to put us into the ways to beat the game better than what they're doing, and not being able to have to hold. So because you see so many black people who are like super talented and stuff that people be passing over to mediocre folks who don't have any like knowledge or background of that job or anything like that, and we still have to work so much harder and still be getting paid minimum wage at places trying to feed kids and stuff like that,
and I'm like, we talking about money, we gonna have to talk about military, because they coming after us one way or another. They gonna get us one way or another, like, okay, I'm gonna give you this,
it's
but
always
taxes,
gonna be something,
or something. So
just like the Native Americans, y'all see how they do the Native American.
Exactly.
It's the whenever you. Ooh, I was about to say make a deal with the devil, but I don't want to say it like that. Just work with the American government. But I think like this is a issue that's like it's so encompassing. Like what we're talking about right now, like so many different areas to be looked at, and you got to have someone who's willing to look at those things. And it's kind of like Bree was saying, you know, it's so much going on. You know, there are so many issues that we have as a country, much less as Black people in this country. You know, and I think there's just a lot of different things to look at, and what does that answer look like? Yeah. And then I would also like to see protection set up, like we're saying, laws passed to protect us. And this is what you have, this is yours. Exactly. Like no one can take that away from you. Okay.
No contingencies.
You know, nothing like that.
Go back on it.
It's like, even with the whole 40 acres and the mule saying, it's kind of like you gave land, took it, gave it back to Confederates. So it's just like, damn, like, can we get something, you know, as far as the protection, or, you know, just the, for protection for real.
It's kind of like doing something like wholeheartedly, because like instead of just giving us what we deserve and understanding, having empathy and understanding like what we need, they do it and make sure they're able to gain something from it. So it's a backhand. It's a backhanded. It's not genuine.
And I totally understand, you know, because it's like you on, I guess, that aspect, like when it's the enemy or the oppressor, you know, like you're not going to teach your oppressor to be great, to rise upon you. You know what I'm saying? It's just the same mentality, the slave and the slave master. Like, who gonna teach that slave like you? Like everything you have is within you. Like, no, it's outside of you. Depend on me. Like, I don't even expect for you to even put me up on game right now. So let me just
It's mental. It's mental. They have to. If you can capture the mental, then like that's it.
Definitely.
That's when you control the direction. Like you can manipulate them. That's the whole story of like how this all started. So
I agree.
You know.
And like even what y'all talking about, what you said of having like to look at all the different issues and stuff like that. You even got to go look at prisons and stuff. Like that.
We need prison reform. We need poverty.
There's a lot of
to be
stuff
looked at in America. We would need foster homes to be looked at.
It's still happening. In different forms.
School systems need to be looked at. It's layered.
Yes, and I feel like reparation reform would need to include all of that because of how we were kidnapped and forcibly brought over here. We are behind, like in all areas, in every single area.
And
we are behind
by our
all the way
intelligence to continue to further America and our hard labor to continue to further America and still not get any credit and still not get any will.
Yeah, no, that is true. No amount of people have like went through just the hardship of us. Period. Just even off the boats, and then when you get over here and just breaking your spirits, you know, like
a continuation of
reading the book Hair Story just talked about, because hair was really our connection to Africa, like just knowing your social levels and different things like that. So to get over here and that's stripped away, so it's like that's your pure identity, and then you disconnected us with our spirit. Like it's so many people that is not, you know, connected with their spirit. Even like with women, like we're not connected with our wounds and stuff. And I'm reading this stuff and I'm like, damn, like it's just no way. Like so.
It's so crazy. It's like sad to me. So like when you just think about it, and just like all these other people, you know, talk about how they can connect to all these different places and stuff like that, and we just have like this big question mark. It's just like we're black.
We don't know.
Our identity is.
And I don't trust that ancestry in me stuff.
No.
I'm not selling my DNA to the FBI.
I don't know.
I'm good on that.
We got our fingerprints and everything.
I ain't doing that. You know, they really just kidnapped us from Africa. You know, stole our identity. We don't know who we are. We weren't told. No record was kept, of course. And you know, because of ever since we've been here, we've been behind. Not only do we not know ourselves, but we're placed in the back of the race, trying to catch up in every area. You know.
Yeah, and I think we have to use it to our advantage. But the fact that you say that, like you were saying with the trace, and that's even strategic, because I remember I was looking on the census one time, and it's like from a period of time, just say from 1920 to like 1960, like some information is just burned or it's just disappeared. So it's like, dang, like even, you know, when you search, it's just still different loopholes. But I think that that's just why we have to use it as our advantage and just know, like, it has to be something, like, with us. I'm like, damn, y'all still doing all that and we still thriving. Like, we still making, we still, like, I'm like, we on the brink of greatness right now. Y'all still doing, you know, we're battling the prisons, you know, guns, even black on black crimes, you know, different things like that. But it's just like, we're still thriving, you know, even, you know, in Birmingham. So it's just like, let's just look at it for what it is, see what we can do, and I don't know, maybe our grandkids will get the reparations and be able to, you know, but I know we can only do so much, I feel like, with us, but hopefully we can just bring that awareness, or even just break out of those debts and that get to that financial freedom to where we can start making that noise, you know, and then we have our own reparations. We gonna, you know, y'all don't want to build up the hood, we got it now. You know, so.
And that's definitely a part of what you were saying before, being on one sound, which I think is most important. And y'all know, like, Trump, all that stuff or whatever, like,
his name is 45.
Yes, 45. We, as a whole, you know, have to be able to come together and, like, teach. Because I see so much of, like, when that time comes around or whatever, like, it either be like this one side of people who knows, like, about voting and all that kind of stuff, who will be talking about everything, and then this other side who just be like, fuck that, I don't want to vote just because.
Not educated.
And then it's just like, being able to go and teach that, because it's never been like, you know, you learn civics in, like, middle school and you go through it real quick, but you're not really understanding, you don't really know the, like, okay, me as a voter, this is what I have to, like, prepare myself to learn how to educate myself about people who are candidates and everything, and, like, all these different processes and who actually, like, all that different stuff in a way that matters to us. Because how old are you in 7th grade? Like 12?
Yeah, they're 12, 13.
And if you don't get the resources of, like, doing any of that, it actually, like, if y'all not actually taking that step and doing the resources of, like, hey, we're gonna watch, like, this kind of stuff or whatever, like, what do you think about it? You can just do, like, creative, you know, writing process about it, because it doesn't have to be a right or wrong opinion to sway that in schools, but to actually be able to process it as, this is stuff I have to know to be able to do, not just for a test, because that's what we often do, like, in that school system, and we're not actually setting ourselves, which is part of, like, the reparations, setting ourselves to come out as citizens, like, and know how to function and what our full, like, responsibilities and powers as citizens are. So I think often when we get into stuff about, like, black on black crime and, like, police brutality and stuff like that, like, people get confused about what we can and can't do. About what we can and can't do or whatever as citizens, and what our, like, rights are and stuff like that when we encounter different stuff.
Like, all that, like, all the practical stuff that, like, they teach us and everything, like, you have to, like you say, you have to make sure let us know it's practical, but also make it relatable, because, like, if you're going to introduce it to us at, like, a young age, you have to make sure it's something that's going to stick, something that we're going to want to know more about. But a lot of times, going back to, like, just education systems, like, not everybody has the same opportunities with education, like, from a young age, like elementary school, you know what I'm saying? Like, because we've all seen the teachers that, you know, you can tell the ones that like to teach and actually are empathetic and, like, want to get to know their students, understand their background, and, like, get them where they want to go. And then you have the teachers that just teach just to teach because of their job. You know, you can tell the difference. So, like, sometimes there's some schools where it's just full of teachers that just teach just because, and they're not connecting with that's the problem. Like, it's not equal all around, you know, and that's another thing, like, with education. That's why that has to be one of the reparations, definitely, you focus on, because you can't take knowledge away. So, but if everybody's not getting the same access to knowledge, then you can't, your mindset is not growing, you're not developing, and its full potential is not being realized. So, like, that's the root. That's one of the roots, definitely.
I think we just need our own educational system for us, by us, just period, because school, like, prison to pipeline, you know, that's real. So we know, like, we just need something new. That's just how I feel, because when it comes to that education, like the Minister Farrakhan said something that was so profound. If they don't treat you right, what makes you think they're going to teach you right?
Yeah.
You know, so it's just one of those things where, you know, there's just still a battle with that, because it's like, it's that dictatorship still that I talk, you listen.
Right.
You know, that's why we're not really able to receive that information, because you're just talking to me. I can't even ask you, you know, like what you mean by that or whatever, because then your question, and then half of you can't even relate to our children, you know. You're labeling the boys hyper when we know that our children just have a higher verb, you know, because they're dealing with different stimulus and stuff, and it's not even what the male ratio when it comes to t-shirts, you know, like, so it's just so much with that, like, it's one of them things where, you know, it's like, do we want to fix the problem, or do we just want to start over?
Start over, man.
I really love how the Black Panthers like started and everything, like all the stuff that they had, like, because I have this book and I had to reorder it because I couldn't find my other one. But
I know exactly what you're talking about.
The spirit of the Panthers by Huey P. Newton, and it just breaks down like basically all the stuff that they did in the community, and they just placed so many different programs to cater to all different aspects of the community. They had their own
and
school.
even with WIC, that was
Right.
was from them. The free lunch and free breakfast. That was from them. So you know, right.
That's something that needs to be.
And
like,
today's
for
USP
real.
Newton birthday too.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. So,
Look at that.
I think she deserves that trophy now, because that's
That's the Black History.
that's the winner right
they got the
there.
Facebook memories. Long live Huey.
Yeah, on top of like Black Panthers doing stuff like that for the community, we definitely have to address like the food in the community, because half of the communities, I know mine in North Birmingham, there's no real grocery store there besides Piggly Wiggly,
and the pollution is horrible.
and we can't
even grow our own if we wanted to, because of the plant, the plants and stuff.
That even leads into, you know, plants still with the water, and like different places who
like
experience
the whole
that
systemic racism just points, and it leads to education, and it goes also to food.
It's just like a whole population control thing. That
Let's just split America down the middle. We get one side, y'all get the other.
I'm like, just move everybody out of Texas, and we can do that. We can have our borders to Mexico, and y'all have to deal with them.
We actually like them, so
I definitely still want to be in the South though. Like we still need look, I just
y'all
need
can
to
get
be in the
everything
South.
on the opposite side of Texas. Give us New York and Atlanta and Florida. We'll take that. We'll take the winters and the nice summers.
I can do that.
Y'all can have that.
But I think this is a good conversation, you know, just opening up that thought process of what it is that we deserve, what it is that we need to fix as a community. That even goes back to what we talked about in the first episode of just like different issues that are holding us back as Black people, and what we feel we could get back from the government, or, you know, however we could get back, you know, those reparations from what we did lose in that process. So thank you guys so much for coming today. It was great.
Thank y'all for inviting us.